This is why I love the show so much. Hello, and thank you for joining me. I just want to say I gotta celebrate. That's what today is all about. Today is about celebrating. So I'm glad you're here because now I get to celebrate with you. Two things I want to celebrate. First and foremost, and this is silly and selfish, and I'm just admitting that outright. It's my birthday today, y'all. I am 45 today, and check it out. That means that D&D is also 45 years old. I am so amazed at that because it's kind of neat. I mean, I was born the same year that D&D, which I absolutely love, was created officially anyway. So or on the books, that's how it's recorded as. So I'm stoked. I'm glad I get to share it with you guys and celebrate with y'all. And the other thing I need to celebrate today is 75 subscribers here on YouTube. That's super cool. I mean, I remember when I was hanging down around like 20 or so, thinking like, gosh, this channel's never gonna grow. I guess I better just keep plugging away. So here I am at 75, which is awesome and exciting, and I'm super grateful. So thank you. And especially Andrew Otto, you got to be number 75, so that's kind of cool. I appreciate that. You tipped me over another hurdle here. 100 is gonna feel amazing too when I get to 100. That will be outstanding, I think. So thank you all for being along with me on this silly journey through Dungeons and Dragons and gaming and RPGs and all this other craziness. Now, who am I? I'm Gregory, and this is 1 in 20 D&D. And thank you for joining me. This is actually DnDaily number 118 today. The only thing I'm gonna talk about what I love. Today's my birthday. I'm gonna talk about what I love. I love D&D. I'm gonna talk about what I'm really loving right now. Like right now, I'm loving, of course, Critical Role. I mean, Critical Role is just amazing. I didn't even start watching. I wanted to watch live last night, and I missed my opportunity. I was like a half an hour late, and I'm the kind of person that I can't miss the first 20 or 30 minutes of a movie or a show or a session or something. If it's a session and I'm late, I'll do it even though I don't want to. But for a movie or something like that, forget it. That'd be like picking up a book to me. It'd be like picking up a book and I'm gonna skip the first 5 chapters. You can't do that. You just, in my opinion, you can't do that. So when it comes to things like the Critical Role show, I just can't do that. Now, I love Critical Role. I'm ecstatic to be watching this next session because I'm really curious to see what happens next. That's one of the great things about what the story that Matthew Mercer and the rest of the crew are telling. The story that they're telling kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat, which is cool. It takes an amazing ability as a storyteller to do that. So that's one of the things I really genuinely admire about Matthew Mercer. Now, the other thing that I'm super excited about, and I guess that that's like what I'm thrilled about, and I'm going to talk about, is the Chain of Akron, which is MCDM Productions, which is Matthew Colville. And wow, they are playing an amazing game. I just can't. I keep talking about this because every time I watch the session, I'm learning something. This is what I love about it, is I'm learning something about it. Between the game itself and how sort of open Matt Colville is about how he's running the game during the game. And then on top of that, his weekly, not the running the game. I haven't watched his running the game series, which I really want to because that's all kinds of DM tips and tricks and info. But his recaps that he's doing each week about the game itself, those are awesome. So he started he switched the format a little bit, but now he's kind of into a rhythm where now the format for his recaps are that he does Like the first bit of the recap is sort of a summary of what happened in the session, and then he sort of shares his thoughts, like what went well, what didn't work well, what do I want to do differently, and he also fills in some of the gaps for us. So it's really exciting. And he calls those his campaign diaries. So specifically what I'm talking about is his campaign diaries. Now, again, I just think the format's great and the information he's sharing is great. So now, between the show itself, the weekly game they're playing, they are off this week. I'm going to miss it for real. So session 16 will be in another week. So I'm a little bummed about that. But the reality is, this is life, and he told us very plainly in this week's game, in session 15, he said the next session is going to be like chock full of really important stuff. And since one of the players couldn't make it, for him, that it was the right thing to do to take a week off. It gives him more prep time. It gives everybody a chance to take a breath and relax. And in 2 weeks, then we'll have like probably a pretty epic session. This is critical. So this is why I love the show so much, and why I love what Matt Colville is doing so much, because he's kind of giving us like a behind the scenes look at how he plays D&D and runs games, and it's awesome. It's so useful as a sort of like new to DMing guy. This is amazing to me. And I think for anyone, if you love D&D and you're a DM and you want some new insights into running your own game, and if you're whether you're like experienced, like super veteran, or like totally new to DMing, I just think what he shares is genuinely amazing, because he's been running the game so long that he's got tons of experience from tons of games, and he's a player too. Like, he plays D&D too, or at least he has played in the past. So he kind of has this really awesome experience to share with us. And so as a player, I've got lots of experience as a player, because I've been playing. So I started D&D, again, birthday day. I started D&D when I was about 10 years old. So I've been playing about 35 years. Now, I didn't play like every day for 35 years, but I've seen the game evolve, and even the way I play the game has hugely evolved. It used to be just like hack and slash, kind of by the numbers. I was interested in that stuff, and lots of mostly dungeon crawling and exploring in dungeons and stuff. And then it evolved into like role playing, for real role playing. And now, like where I'm at now, I feel like storytelling and role playing are what I'm most interested in. So whether I'm a player or whether I'm running the game, the thing that makes the most impact and has the most importance to me is telling a good story and making it interesting and exciting. I'm not that great at it as a DM yet. And so as I evolve and grow as a DM, people like Matt Colville and what they're sharing are hugely helpful. And the way he's doing it between the campaign diaries and the MCDM stream of the chain, I just love it, because it's like you get to see him in action in a sense. And that is powerful. Beyond that, he's even sharing his DM notes. If you're a Patreon, you can see him as soon as he puts them online for the patrons, and then even beyond that, he's releasing them for everybody once the story arcs are over. So that's just super cool. I mean, what an amazing resource for a DM like myself and like some of you probably. So I really highly encourage you to check it out. I think next week I'm going to start doing, I talked about it briefly, where I want to do a session or a series, maybe let's call it, of like looking at specific characters, why I love them, what I love about them, and what we can maybe learn from them to help our own characters. So I'm probably going to do that next week, and I'm probably going to start with Slim from the chain, because I think Slim is just awesome. And I'll get it. If you don't know who he is, check them out, and you'll see why maybe I am falling in love with Slim. And I'll talk about him next week, as well as maybe get into others. I might do the whole cast of the chain, the whole crew, the whole team, whatever you want to call them, the party, and then I'll definitely talk about others from other games and other sessions, and see where that goes. I think that would be a fun series to embark upon in these. So thank you. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for joining me today. And again, thank you for making, 75 subs. Hooray. So I hope you guys are enjoying these all the time. I have fun making them for you all. And I'm grateful that you spend some time with me. I would love to see you at a table someday. Monday, more variant rolls coming on Monday. And in the meantime, keep rolling 20s. And of course, remember, it's your game. Play your way. Oh, okay, that was disgusting. I had to clear my throat, and I couldn't let you all hear that because that was really gnarly and would have probably blown out the microphone or something. Anyway, hey, yeah, that's not how we're gonna do this.